Hello. Hi, good afternoon, everyone. I know some of you may feel hungry, but let's learn how to eat well so to have a healthier aging before we go for our bendon, okay? So bear with me for a while. So my topic is eat well, live well. 吃得好，活得好。For my talk, most of the part I will speak in English, but the important information I will try to translate into Chinese so that everyone will gain something from this presentation. This one, yeah. So this is today's overview. So first of all is nutrition and healthy aging. Then is healthy eating, healthy aging, some strategies to improve nutrition, and finally is the conclusion. Okay, so before I start, because there's quite a lot of food products pictures in this PowerPoint, so I just want to put in a disclaimer. For food products and photos that is illustrated in this presentation are all from internet sources, and used for this presentation is for educational purpose. So Tan Tock Seng actually don't have any preference for any food, any product brands. So first of all, nutrition and healthy aging, 营养与健康活到老. So as you go old, good nutrition plays an increasingly important role in how well you age. Good nutrition is important for optimal health, independence, and quality of life. Good nutrition helps to maintain muscle strength and preserve your bone mass, thus reducing the risk of fall and fractures. So, this is the main focus, the healthy eating, healthy aging, 健康饮食，健康活到老. So the first key point actually is choose a variety of food and maintain a balanced diet, which is 选择不同种类的食物，保持均衡饮食. So choose a variety of food from the main food group to ensure your diet contains as many different nutrients as possible. And try to use My Healthy Plate as a guide to help you create a balanced meal. So before I move to the next slide, I just want to ask, is there anyone know for a balanced meal to form, how many food group is needed?
3 groups.
3 groups. Anyone have any other answer? 4. Okay, so let's see where is 3 or 4, okay? So the answer actually is 3, okay? So 3 groups, this is from Health Promotion Board, My Healthy Plate, 我的健康餐盘. Okay, so in this healthy plate, there is 3 main food group. So 我的健康餐盘其实有3种的食物组别. Okay, the first one actually is brown rice and wholemeal bread. Okay, so some of the example, it will be brown rice, wholemeal bread, and then wholemeal biscuit. They are the food group that give you energy. So 第一组是糙米和全麦面包 ，OK， 一些例子好像是糙米麦的面包、麦的饼干，它们主要是给你能量。And the second group actually is meat and others. So some of example is like chicken, fish, egg, and they mainly provide you with protein. So 第二组是肉类和其他代替品 ，OK， 好，意思例子好像是鸡肉鱼鸡蛋它们主要是给你蛋白质 ，OK。And the last group actually is fruits and vegetables. So some example can be like apple, watermelon, chai-sim, broccoli. So they mainly give you vitamins and minerals. 最后一组是水果跟蔬菜。一些例子好像是苹果、西瓜、菜心、西兰花，它们主要是给你维他命跟抗物质。So the important part is on your plate, we try to fill half of your plate with fruit and vegetables, a quarter of your plate with whole grains, and a quarter of your plate with meat and others. So 重点是在我们的盆子上有一半是放水果跟蔬菜，1/4是放全麦的，好像饭呢还是面包，最后呢1/4就是放肉类还有其他的代替品。Okay, this is a handy guide for the portion size. So how we know how much is enough for us. So you can use your fist, okay, to estimate the portion for rice, noodle, or pasta, and also for your fruits and vegetables. For meat and fish, we will use your palm size. So you look at your palm size, that will be roughly what is the portion that we suggest for everyone. This one is an example of a balanced meal, 均衡饮食的例子。So as I just shared with you earlier on, so we have half of our plate is fruits and vegetables, a quarter is a protein like meat, chicken, fish, and then a quarter is like whole grain, rice, or maybe if you want to choose noodles. So that is, if you go to a hawker center, how we are the ideal balanced diet that we are looking for. Okay, number 2 is to ensure to include high protein food in every meal. 确保每一餐都有高蛋白质的食物。So adequate protein, together with exercise, are important to maintain your muscle mass and physical function. So this is some of the sources of protein. So 蛋白质的来源。We recommend to have 3 serves of meat and other alternative a day. 每天我们建议吃3份肉类及其他代替品。So in the following pictures, it show you what is considered as 1 serve. So for example, just now we talked you about the palm size of the meat and fish, right? So 1 palm size is considered as 1 serve. Otherwise, if you drink milk or like soya milk, 2 cups of milk or soya milk will consider as 1 serve. Some, if you say, okay, I'm vegetarian, I don't really eat meat or fish, then tofu is another source of protein. But you will find that actually you need quite a large portion of tofu in order to meet 1 portion. It's because most of the time, protein comes from animal source. So if you go for plant source, your portion will need to be more in order to meet your protein requirement. So other example can be egg and beans and legumes also will be some sources for protein. Okay, number 3 is to ensure to include whole grains, fruits and vegetables in your daily diet. So 确保每天吃全谷类、水果还有蔬菜。So whole grains, fruits and vegetables are rich in vitamins and minerals. They help you to strengthen your body immune system and to protect against disease. So they are also high in fiber, which is important for good bowel health. So again, before I move to the next slide, can anyone tell me how many serves of fruits and vegetables that we are aiming for a day? 2 and 2. Any other answer? No, all 2 and 2. Okay, very smart. Okay, it's 2 and 2. Okay, so we aim for 2 fruits and 2 veggie a day. So 每天要吃2份水果，还有至少2份的蔬菜。So this is the recommendation from the Health Promotion Board. So the next question will be, how much is considered as 1 serve? So for vegetables, usually if you measure with a mug, so we will usually for cooked veggie is around 3/4 cups. But if you put in a plate, so remember earlier I showed you the healthier plate. So for vegetable will be 1 serve is a quarter plate of cooked vegetable is considered as 1 serve. So just now the photo we share is fruits and vegetable half of your plate. So means quarter is your veggie, then another quarter will be your fruits. Okay, then the next one, fruits. So what is considered as 1 serve for fruits? For whole fruits, 1 medium apple will be considered as 1, or like 1 medium banana. If you go to kopitiam for sliced fruit, 1 slice outside is considered as 1 serve. Otherwise, if you go for grapes, usually around 10 pieces will be considered as 1 serve of fruits. Okay, so in total for one day, we aim for 2 fruits and 2 veggie a day. Okay, but you try to spread it out throughout the day. Not necessarily means you eat all vegetables in one meal, but you can spread it out in your lunch and dinner. Okay, some tips for eating out. So 出外用餐的时候的小 tips. Okay, one is ask for more vegetables. Sometimes, especially when you go to economic rice store, you can choose whatever dish that you want. Try to opt for more vegetables. So what is the ideal combination? If I go for economic rice, how many vegetables, how many meat should I order? 2 vegetables, 1 meat. Any other answer? 3 vegetables or 3 meats? No. So what is the ideal answer? So yeah, 2 vegetable and 1 meat. That is the ideal answer. Okay. Do we ask for more gravy or no gravy? No gravy. Yes, correct. Very good. Okay, why no gravy? Too much salt is one. And usually the gravy will give you additional like oils and fats. So that's why usually we try to ask people to ask for no gravy, or if they used to having gravy with the dishes, try to ask for less gravy. Okay. Then the other one is finish your meal with fresh fruits. So sometimes people would like have a dessert. Okay, I want to have dessert after your main meal. So rather than going for maybe ice cream or maybe chocolate or something else, try to have whole fruits. That will be a healthy dessert after your main meal. Okay, number 4 actually is to ensure to include high calcium food daily. 确保每天吃高钙的食物. So calcium together from vitamin D. Actually, vitamin D is mainly come from sun. So means that every day, rather than stay at home, do go out, get out to receive some sunlight, because actually your vitamin D will be get from there. Okay, important to help to keep your bones strong. So good sources of calcium include dairy products like milk, yogurt, cheese, calcium fortified soya milk, and tofu. So how many do we need? Okay, we look at this table. So this is the source of calcium, 钙质的来源. Okay, so this table show you the calcium content of some of our food. So it's recommend you to take 10 calcium star daily. So 每天建议吃10个 calcium star. So the table below actually we group the different fruit group or fruit products based on the calcium content. So usually when you go for a normal cup of milk or milk powder or like cheese, they will give you around 3 stars for calcium. But why we have a 5 star is because some of the products, they actually say they add in additional calcium to it. So when you read the label, you will find that they are saying calcium fortified milk or maybe calcium fortified soya milk. So with those that they state they are with calcium fortified, it means that their calcium content is higher than a normal cup of milk. So that's why there's 5 star over there. Okay. If we don't consider dairy product, the other source will be from tofu and yogurt, but the calcium content is not very high, so it's around 2 star. So one of the example to hit 10 star can be if you drink 2 cups of high calcium milk a day. So any other one can give me another example how to hit 10 star a day. So what is the combination of food to eat to hit 10 star of calcium? Ikan bilis? Okay, ikan bilis has calcium or not? Maybe have, but it also have very high in certain things, salt. So that one we try not to take too much. So maybe I give you another example. Actually, is for example, if I drink 2 cups of normal milk, maybe I have 1 small yogurt and then 1 tofu. That also can hit to 10 star a day. So it's like a way of mathematics calculation, how to hit your calcium per day. But if you find very difficult, actually I'm not very used to drinking milk. Okay, sometimes elderly say, I drink milk, I will go diarrhea, I don't like milk. So you can go for soya milk, but because soya milk generally the calcium content is not a lot, so you can opt for those they write calcium fortified like soya milk to make sure that you have enough calcium for the day. Then the next one is reduce sodium or salt intake. 减少辣跟盐的摄取. So a diet high in salt can actually lead to high blood pressure. So our daily limit for a day is around 2,000 milligram, which is around 1 teaspoon of salt or 2 tablespoons of light soy sauce. So 一天我们辣的每日的限量是2000 mg， 所以等于1茶匙的盐还是2个汤匙的酱青。Okay, because of that, actually a lot of our diet, our Singaporean diet, you will find that from the statistic from Health Promotion Board, 8 in 10 of us actually exceed their salt intake requirement of less than 5 grams a day, with an average intake of 8.3 per day. So actually a common outside food, if you go out for outside meal, generally one meal will give you around 3 to 4 grams of salt already, based on their seasoning, or if you finish their gravy or finish the soup. So it will add up to at least 3 to 4. So what it means if one day you go for 2 meals for outside food, you likely will exceed the requirement already. So if possible, try to cook at home, that will be the best. But if you say, I usually don't really cook, I go out to eat more frequent, then there will be some ways for you to reduce your salt intake as well. Okay, so this one is just tell you what is the sources for salt and sodium. So mainly can become from canned fruit or preserved food like luncheon meat, salted veggie, or like salted egg. Seasoning, like ikan bilis, MSG, salt, soy sauce, that will be the salt sources. Other will be snacks like potato chips, instant noodles, fast food. So all these are some of the high sodium containing food. So what can we do to reduce the sodium intake? 如可减少盐的摄取. Okay, so when cooking at home, so we try to go for fresh food. So what it means with those canned food, pickles, those kind we try to avoid, go for fresh food. Choose reduced salt or no added salt food products. Sometimes we may require you to read a bit of your the label. Usually if they have added additional thing in, or they remove certain things, they will write reduced salt or maybe high calcium. So that will be some of the hints for you when you go for your shopping. Then enhance your flavor of dishes using natural ingredients. So what it means is sometimes people when they cook, they're very used to add more salt or add more soy sauce for flavor. But before doing that, how about try to use ginger, garlic, those more natural ingredients for seasoning before really add into soy sauce or salt. Sometimes for elderly, especially when they have quite a few chronic disease, they quite have a lot of medication. So the medication actually also will reduce your taste, your sensitivity. So you maybe sooner or later, maybe your family member find that your food is very salty, but maybe for you, actually it's just nice. It's because your taste sensitivity is not that good already. So that's why before really you add on extra salt to your food, try to use more natural ingredients first. And if you say, I really cannot cook, I don't know how to cook, or no time, I need to eat out, so what else can you do to reduce your salt? It will be avoid adding gravy on rice, okay? Ask for less sauces. And if you go for soup noodles, avoid drinking the soup. Another example is sometimes people like curry chicken rice, okay? Curry is very nice, and most of them, they will finish the whole bowl of curry, okay? The whole bowl of curry definitely will give you some salt and also fat as well. So if I choose curry chicken rice. Well, another person choose curry chicken rice as well. If the person finish the whole bowl of gravy, but well, for me, I just only take a bit for taste to finish my main meal. Actually, even for that difference, it can already help you to reduce a certain amount of fat or the salt intake. So it really depends on how you eat a meal and how you choose a meal. So all these small things add up can help you to eat more healthily and overall reduce your salt intake for the day. And okay, so that is the 5 key points for healthy eating and for healthy aging. So the next one is some strategies to improve nutrition. So sometimes when you get old, you may experience some of the following things. So 当你变老的时候，你可能会经历以下的东西。第一 so the first one is poor appetite or unintentional weight loss. So 就是食欲不振，还有非自愿的体重下降。So some of these actually can be due to your medical condition, depression, pain, tiredness, or medication. For some elderly, they may even just change in the environment. It will cause them to lose the appetite. So what can be done when you experience this? So make every mouthful matters. It is very important, even though maybe each time I only eat a few spoons, but if we try to enrich the nutrition for that few spoons, it will help to increase the nutrition for that particular person. So some suggestions can be increase your energy and protein content of the meal without increasing the portion. Consult a doctor or a dietitian to determine the cost for weight loss and the required treatment. And your dietitian will able to provide you recommendation on how to optimize your intake to meet your nutrition needs. So some simple example can be food fortification. So 这个是营养添加. Okay, so rather than plain porridge, you maybe add together with some soy sauce or like pickles to have your porridge. Especially if the person is not eating well, without increasing the portion of the porridge, you can try to add like meat or egg, fish to the porridge, so to increase the nutrition for that porridge. Sometimes, especially for people who are underweight or like not eating well, we may even ask them to add in some oil or sesame oil. One of the good of it is like it helps the flavor so that maybe it increase the appetite for that person. The other one is the oil itself do contain some calorie. So by adding it to your porridge, it will increase the calorie of your porridge. So another example for oats. So if you eat oats for breakfast, rather than plain oats, you can try to consider adding in egg or maybe honey, milk, or even sugar to increase the calorie or the nutrition of your porridge, of your oats. Okay, next one, very common food will be bread and biscuit. So rather than some people, you just told me that I eat just a slice of plain bread, don't add anything on top. But especially for someone who is underweight, not eating well, need to gain weight, actually we will try to ask them to put something on top of your bread. So like margarine, jam, cheese, or like maybe tuna, peanut butter. So that will be some of the things that you can put on top of your bread for more calories and more nutrition. Okay, how about drinks? So some people, usually they just told me, I drink coffee, black coffee, or maybe water only. So if the person is not eating well, water, coffee, tea, all of them are actually have quite low calorie, don't really give you a lot of calorie for the day. So when we talk about making every mouthful count, we can try to consider, rather than giving plain water, fruit juice, or maybe milk, or soya milk that will contain more nutrition, especially for those who are not eating well. So another problem, it can be chewing and swallowing difficulties. So sometimes at maybe a certain point of time, if you experience that, so what can you do? So one is make sure that you have good oral hygiene and also you have denture. So if you have any denture, make sure a denture is properly fit. Be alert of the sign of swallowing difficulty. So when you eat, if you cough or if you choke, drilling, then that actually is some of the sign to tell you that you may have some swallowing problem. So when you have that, you can try to modify your food, the texture of food. So rather than one whole piece, cut to small pieces, make it to minced meat, or like chopped up veggies, softer fruits that can help. Moisten your food with gravy. So just now we say healthier eating, like no gravy, right? But this particular group of people, when they have swallowing problem, or when you experience that, actually gravy will be something to help, because of it helps to soften your food. So whether with gravy or no gravy, actually it depends on your context. So when you are well, then definitely say try not to. But if you have some issue like swallowing problem or like not eating well, adding gravy will add on extra calories and make sure the food is soft enough for you to take. Okay, and if really this problem persists, it's good to consult a speech therapist for swallowing assessment, so they were able to tell you what kind of food is, what kind of texture of food, what kind of fluid consistency will be good to make sure that the food didn't go into the wrong pipe, because our breathing pipe is next to our eating pipe. So if the food is too hard, sometimes if you have swallowing problem, the food may go into a breathing pipe, and then after that you will have lung infection. Then it will be something serious that can lead to a person going into a hospital. Okay, so make sure you consult a speech therapist if there is a need. Okay, the last slide, conclusion. So, healthy eating, healthy aging, 健康饮食，健康活到老. Okay, that's the 5 main key points that I shared just now. The first one is choose a variety of food and maintain a balanced diet. So 选择不同类型的食物，保持均衡饮食。Ensure to include high protein food in every meal. So 确保每一餐都有高蛋白质的食物。Ensure to include whole grains, fruits and vegetables in your daily diet. So 确保每天吃全谷类、水果还有蔬菜。And to have high calcium fruit daily. 确保每天都吃高钙质的食物。And lastly is to reduce your sodium and salt intake. 就是减少你的辣还是盐的摄取。Okay, so that's all. Thank you very much.
Is there any questions that you all want to have to give the speaker? You have any questions? 有问题吗？有人想问问题吗？还是你们肚子饿不想问问题了？
水果先吃饭先。其实没有说是水果先还是吃饭先，总之到你全部吃下去就对了。OK。